Morning. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary as we explore the latest developments of the northeastern part of India. It gets intriguing to know more about it in each episode. Let me tell you about the excitement in today's episode. We talk about the sweet chirping bird, the Sparrow Joro project. You get to meet the pioneer in the tea industry of Assam, Mr. Chandrakumar Dhanuka, CMD. Silk is loved by all. We take you on a journey to the biggest silk production centre known as the Manchester of the East, Salkuchi, Assam. Let's begin with the melodious sparrows. Sparrows are one of the small beautiful birds with melodious chirping that could be heard all around. Concerns about the dwindling population of sparrows due to pollution and other reasons. These birds are on the verge of extinction. This has given rise to this movement called Sparrow Joro, Save Sparrow, Save Nature. The students of Agartala from rural areas have joined the movement initiated by the Tripura Biotechnology Council. The Sparrow Joro project, which was launched almost a month ago, has been yielding positive results as sparrows are being attracted in the man-made nest installed outside the houses in the Chandanmura village under Safila Jala district of the state. Our Agartala correspondent Kunal V. Shinde has more in this report.
Sparrows are the most ubiquitous species found in urban and rural areas. However, mushrooming mobile towers is taking a toll on the sparrow population. Keeping this in view, the DNA Club of Tripura Biotechnology Council that functions under Directorate of Biotechnology has taken up an initiative called Sparrow Jodo, Save Sparrow, Save Nature. Talking to Akashvani Agartala, Mr. Anjan Sen Gupta, Deputy Secretary of the Tripura Biotechnology Council, said that sparrows play an important role in keeping a check on locusts that thrive on standing crops. He said, after noticing that sparrow population is declining, the council got in touch with an ornithologist, Dr. Deepak Sinha, who has been making nests for the sparrows. Subsequently, Dr. Sinha imparted training to the coordinators of the DNA Club, which means Department of Biotechnology Natural Resources Awareness Program.
They have started this work under this DNA Club of second year work, and what they have done, they have trying to construct those houses as advised by Dr. Sinha of Agriculture College. And initially they have set those nests in the school premises itself, and afterwards Sri Prasenjit Kaur has decided to distribute in the nearby locality. So what I came to know is there are 50 to 100 nests has been set up in the villagers, and it is also reported that 20 to 25% nests are being attracted by those sparrows. Some nests are not attracted, maybe due to the diameter problem and all those things that will be corrected nearby. But this is a very good thing which has been initiated by Tripura Biotechnology Council under Directorate of Biotechnology to initiate this particular thing. I think this is the maiden approach which has been taken here by Tripura Biotechnology Council. They understood that sparrow has to be taken up. If the number of sparrow increases, then there will be less problem of pest in that means agricultural field, especially in the paddy field. You know, in the Haryana, Punjab and Delhi, there is a huge problem of locust. Sometimes we see cloud-like covering locust, and it is very difficult to control. Due to one of the reasons, there are no sparrows. So this particular action and initiative has been started. I really congratulate the school students, those who are working on that. You can see the sparrow nest they have prepared under the guidance of Dr. Sri Prasenjit Kaur.
Mr. Sen Gupta said there has been a big rise in setting up of mobile towers in rural and urban areas as well. Experts observed that eggs of the sparrow become disfigured because of the radiation emitted from mobile towers. Also, the radiation of the mobile towers confront with the heartbeats of sparrows that result in their fatalities. Appalled by this, the students from the Chandanmura High School, under the leadership of teacher Prasanjit Kar, started to work for the cause and started constructing sparrow houses for the diminutive birds. They set up these nests in different houses and other suitable places. After a month, their efforts is bearing fruits as sparrows have started entering in around 25 newly built nests and made them their homes. Efforts like the one taken by the DNA Club of Tripura Biotechnology Council is more than noteworthy and is a stepping stone in balancing the fragile ecology. For Northeast Diary, this is Kunal Shinde's report from Akashvani Agartala.
It's time to meet the pioneer in growing and processing tea for more than 6 decades, Mr. Chandrakumar Dhanuka, CMD. He was able to achieve success in his endeavors using the 3 vital tools: foresight, proper strategies, and preparedness to deal with the present and future of tea. Let's listen to the man himself about the tea industry of Assam in conversation with Manas Pratim Sarma.
Good evening to the listeners of Northeast Diary. This episode we are joined by the CMD of the famous Dhansiri tea, Mr. C.K. Dhanuka. Dhanuka ji, welcome to this episode of Northeast Diary.
Namaskar everybody, my dear listeners.
Thank you. As you know all, we are celebrating the 200 years of the Assam tea. It's a pride moment, it's a great moment for all of us. So, how do you see the overall condition of the tea industry in Assam?
The 200 years going to be complete, and it is a matter of great pride for Assam. And there has been some problems pertaining to the price of the tea, which has been there since last 4-5 years. And there are certain requirements which are there, which I think we are in dialogue with the government about the floor price. Once that happens, then things will be in good condition.
As you know, we had the COVID situation, and tea industry also had to face certain issues during the COVID situation. What are the initiatives that had been taken?
You see, first of all, during COVID time, our workforce has been looked, and the wages and everything were paid on time, and they had no problem. There was no shouting, nothing was there. Now things are okay. The prices only are going up, prices are coming down. Otherwise, absolutely everything is okay. Secondly, the wage of the worker can only go up. We would like to give more and more once the prices of tea is increased. And that can be done only if the floor price is there. Floor price, if it happens, it will be taken care of all the cost increase yearly which is happening. So that will be very healthy for Assam tea industry, the whole tea industries in India. We hope that the government will look into it very seriously so that the problems in the tea can be sorted out. A lot of money required for replantation, a lot of money required for all the capital expenditures to be made, but industry doesn't have money in the hand. They're losing heavily. Big corporates have sold their tea estates. So it is a matter of great concern for the state. I hope government will look into the situation very favorably soon.
Another aspect is that there's a demand to declare tea as a national drink in India. So how do you see, where do you stand right now in declaring tea as a national drink?
That will be a great thing to happen if tea can be declared as a national drink, because actually tea is being consumed the maximum in liquid form in India more than any of the soft drinks. So after water, what is consumed maximum in liquid form is tea and no other beverage.
Right. And if you talk on the overseas activities of your Dhansiri tea, since you have expertise on this industry, you are looking after so many things for several years. So how do you see what are the basic demands in the international market while you going to sell the Assam tea over abroad or overseas markets? What are the basic concerns or what are the basic requirements of those people?
You see, basically the problem is that the consumption is not growing up, but the production is growing very high. more than 2% it is going up. India also production little bit growing up. So the concern is production, and we have to see that how the consumption goes up, because a lot of advertisements and promotions are required, but the industry doesn't have money for the promotion purpose. I hope that government will come in a big way in promoting tea in India. So dependent on the pricing of the tea, which is very down, I come back to the same thing, that the prices has to be reasonable. And the prices are only be reasonable if some mechanism is built in the auction system, which is must. In Africa, they have built the pricing system, and the prices has gone up by 30 cents, 30 rupees about, from 21 to 22. But in India, the prices are going down, which is for the tea planters and the small tea garden holders, small tea. I'm seeing some seriousness into this, and I hope government will come forward and do something.
Right. And another issues of concern may be the, time and again we keep hearing that the use of pesticide in some parts, in some areas, in tea industry in Assam. So what's your advice to address this issue?
No, tea pest control, for pest control you have to use pesticide, which is permissible. All over the world it is permissible. But we have to see which pesticide should not be used. That we are taking care of. Most of the industry, organized tea industry, they are taking care of that. And there is no much issue about that, the pesticides. It is unnecessarily being made to concern quite a bit. But it is not all that.
And coming to the auction part, as you mentioned, so from your expertise, what would you like to, put forward your points to, make these things more visible, you get the fair price of your product. So how do you see the roads ahead from here?
Again, I come back to the same thing. 100% tea should go to auction, number one. Number two, there has to be floor price. If there is no floor price and 100 tea goes to the auction, that will be very bad. There has to be floor price. 100% tea have to go to the auction. Whatever auction system doesn't increase the price. They say the Bharat auction or whatever, it doesn't make any difference to the price of the tea. So this is just a methodology of selling tea. It has got no impact on the price of the auction system. Is good, and everything will be in order.
Right. And what is the role of the Tea Board of India right now? How as a tea planter, you are getting help, your association with Tea Board, and how both the parties are helping each other for the betterment of the tea plantation, tea industry as a whole in the country or is in Assam?
Tea Board role is well defined, and it has to be done properly. It has to work out how the industry can survive. And they have to have some mechanism in hand. And I think Tea Board is trying to do something, but results are not coming. I am really sad about the Tea Board operations, because I think there is no proper representation from industry side or what, I don't know exactly. But this matter of floor price has to be handled by Tea Board, because the total value of tea, total India tea is about 23,000 crores is the value, and the value should be about 35,000. Then only the industry will be flourishing and will make profit, and little more will be given to the workforce.
Right. And tell us about your Dhansiri tea. How do you see, are you happy with the marketing and branding, and are you going to expand it? Tell us about more on it.
I have already doubled my size in last 12 months, and I have to control first all things, and we have to see how. Now I am the third largest producer of tea in Assam, so I have to have responsibility of more than 25,000 workforce. I have to look after them. But if I don't have money to pay, what can I do? What I'll do? I am borrowing this year from my sister concern to pay my workforce. But every year it will be not possible to borrow money outside. The tea realization must meet all my expenses at least.
Right.
I see if some price mechanism is to be done, and I leave it to the government how they do it.
Right. And Mr. Dhanuka, finally, your advice, your expert comment to those young buddies who want to start up for tea sector, or directly or indirectly wish to involve in the tea industry.
Yes, there are many products are there, many agriculture commodities are there. Everything is, the prices are going up. So anybody who is coming into the tea industry, small growers, they should examine the economics of it. They should not repent, because hunting the tea bushes costs a lot of money. So they examine the economics of the whole thing, then get into it. That is my advice to all those who want to get into tea.
And thank you, Mr. Dhanuka, for your valuable inputs and your precious time. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Many thanks.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Bye.
You were listening to a conversation with C.K. Dhanuka, CMD of Dhansari Tea, and he was in conversation with Manas Pratim Sarma. Life without music gets dull, and music says it all. So here is a song which describes about a beautiful place called Lachong. The song is revived and presented in order to preserve the vanishing old folk tunes and compositions by Pema Chuki Lachungpa. Manchester of the East, Solkuchi, got its name due to its rich tradition of handloom weaving. Kaushik Roy takes you to Solkuchi to feel the weaves.
Cotton is the most popular fabric across the region, although Assam and Meghalaya are renowned for their silk handlooms as well. The village of Sualkuchi in Assam has been nicknamed Manchester of the East as it is the biggest silk production center in the region. Sualkuchi is a small town located in the Kamrup district of Assam, India. It is known as the Manchester of the East due to its rich tradition of handloom weaving. The town is famous for producing exquisite silk fabrics like muga, pot and eri. The handloom products of Sualkuchi are known for their intricate designs and patterns which are unique to the region. The weavers of Sualkuchi have been practicing this art for generations and have developed their own techniques and methods of weaving. The town has a rich cultural heritage and is a popular destination for tourists who are interested in learning more about traditional weaving techniques. Sualkuchi's weavers have been creating exquisite hand-woven silks such as muga, pat, mulberry, and eri for generations. Muga has a golden hue that lends a richness to garments made from it and lasts for years, while eri is used to make warm winter clothing. Silk is used to make saris and mekhela sador, the traditional dress of Assamese women, which consists of two pieces of cloth draped across the body. Sonidan in Meghalaya is an important center of Indi silk weaving. Most tribes have a unique weave and the patterns vary not only within clans of the same tribe but also from one village to another and within members of the same clan depending on their social status. Birds, flowers and human figures are some of the popular motifs that are embroidered on these handloom products.
In this episode, we bring to you an interview with Dr. Chandrani Ghosh, who is the District Program Officer, Department of Social Welfare and Social Education, Government of Tripura, regarding the implementation of the Poshan Abhiyan and Rashtriya Poshan Mah celebration in Tripura. The interviewer is our Agartala correspondent, Reena Nongmai Them.
Welcome to Northeast Diary, Madam. As an opening, I would like to know what is Poshan Abhiyan and the main idea behind this mission.
Poshan Abhiyan Jatiya National Nutrition Mission was introduced on 8 March 2018 by Honorable Prime Minister of India in Jhunjhunu district, Rajasthan. The National Nutrition Mission focuses on strengthening nutrition of children from 0 to 6 years, adolescent girls, pregnant mothers and lactating mothers.
देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम 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 पोषणम.
Basically, the strategy for addressing the malaise of the undernutrition is to adopt a life cycle strategy and approach. In India, there is an intergenerational cycle of undernutrition. The life cycle approach is not only the need, but also it is to be strengthened with a quantum of care and a focus on the critical periods of nutritional vulnerability. And that's why the importance of the nutrition of adolescent girls, pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children 0 to 6 years came in. The first 1,000 days of the child are most critical, as we all know, which includes 9 months of pregnancy, 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding, and also the period from 6 months to 2 years. And this is the main focus under National Nutrition Mission to ensure focused intervention on addressing undernutrition. Besides increasing the birth weight, the timely intervention also will reduce both infant mortality and maternal mortality rate. So in that way, this mission is to ensure the convergence of all nutrition-related schemes of Ministry of WCD on the target population, like and will ensure convergence of various programs, Anganwadi services, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, scheme for adolescent girls, then from health, Janani Surakha Yojana, National Health Mission of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Swachh Bharat Mission, Public Distribution System, and then from Food and Public Distribution Department. Also MG NREGA program of Ministry of RD is there. and drinking water, toilets with Ministry of Panchayati Raj, local bodies is there. Basically, this is not only a program of Ministry of WCD or Social Welfare, Social Education Department. It is a convergence model where every other department, which is inclusive of all the programs related to nutrition of children and pregnant women, has to be included in the program in convergence mode.
How the mission is going on in the state?
In Tripura, we have at around 9,911 numbers of Anganwadi centers, and new 234 centers are newly sanctioned this year. Actually, under Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, this year we have covered 7,215 pregnant mothers from April till date. And in an innovative way, state government has introduced Mukhyamantri Matru Pushti Upahar. That is a scheme under which 2,000 rupees is given to the mother in 4 installments based on their ANCs done. And we have covered 4,178 mothers who have benefited this many numbers. So this is a new scheme which was introduced this year, and then it has been covered. And under PMMF program, as we all know, we are giving 5,000 rupees to the pregnant mother from our department, and from health 1,000 rupees. From 2018 till date, we have introduced drinking water facilities in 2,117 numbers of Anganwadi centers, and sanitation facility has been introduced in 1,752 numbers of Anganwadi centers. New 234 Anganwadi centers we got this year sanctioned from ministry, where 45 centers are from rural settlements areas of North and Dhalai Tripura. Also, we have aspirational blocks, 12 blocks. In all the blocks, all children and mother of this age group are given additional supplementary nutrition of what we are giving in the Anganwadi center. For the severely acute malnourished children, we are providing additional supplementary nutrition like 20 gram of jaggery, 200 ml of milk, and 1 egg. That is for 6 days a week. This is additional to whatever is given. We have 2,732 Nutri-Vaticas in the state. Also, we are introducing Saksham Anganwadi centers with all the facilities available will be there in the Anganwadi centers, including 30% of LED screens will be given in the Anganwadi centers. And also, we have one nutritional rehabilitation center for the severely acute malnourished children in Dhalai district. They are kept for 15 days for their treatment, and they are given nutritious foods and medicines for their treatment.
Karo poshanam, poshanam.
Each and every Anganwadi centers under Poshan Abhiyan, growth monitoring devices are given. We have infantometer, stereometer, height measuring machines for the infant and the adult. We have already distributed to 9,911 centers, each of the machines. Total 10,735 smartphones are given.
September month is celebrated as Poshan Ma throughout the country. So how the month is celebrating in Tripura?
This is celebrated as a festival in the country. We celebrate Annaprashan for those children who reaches 6 months. During 6 months, exclusive breastfeeding is required. That message we are giving to each and every mother. But after 6 months, children has to have supplementary nutrition on their diet. So that message we are giving through Annaprashan in Anganwadi centers, and also we are doing Godh Bharai or Annaprashan for the mothers. So what we believe that once the pregnancy starts, from there only one should start good diet, proper diet to combat anemias and all other problems, along with immunization part and everything. So that way, whenever Anganwadi worker comes to know about the pregnancy of any lady, so she registers immediately, and then she observes that Godh Bharai program in presence of the pregnant mother, her family members and the community, so that health and education awareness is given to the mother on dietary part. Also, we organize Shopasan Divas where we educate the male counterparts of the community, who are the bread earners, who actually does shopping for their family and who take care of nutrition and all, covering all kind of nutrients like carbohydrate, fat, vitamins and minerals, protein, calcium, dietary fiber, calcium-rich fruit, and then iron-rich fruit, and of course water.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for your valuable time, for sharing and providing us such an insightful information.
Thank you.
This is Reena Nomaitham for Northeast Diary from Magatala.
With that, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more intriguing stories from this enchanting part of India. Until then, goodbye.
This program was scripted and presented by Lucy G. Chattopadhyay, produced by Vinita Thakur with assistance from Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of Akashvani.